I'm on the other end of my property. I remember last year the electric company made this path to clear out about 100-foot path on my property to take care of the trees that were affecting their electrical wires. But along this fence line is a bunch of wild blackberries. I'm getting a few, and some are pretty big, but they're all over the place. It rained yesterday, so I came out here to pick what is available. My mom would make blackberry cobbler, and it only takes like 2 cups of blackberries to make this cobbler. I'll probably end up giving these to my sister. And so she has my mom's recipe. I've got my mom's recipe, but you know, I told you my oven don't work. It needs different elements in it. But my mom's recipe, it would say stuff like, add this, but do not stir. Add this, but do not stir. Add this, but do not stir. And it's really comical with the way her recipe was. It was kind of like a dump cake recipe, if y'all heard of that. It's kind of like my mom's blackberry cobbler recipe. I loved my mom's blackberry cobbler. I miss my mom. Little things like this reminds me of my mom. And as you can see, I've been picking blackberries. As a kid, living here in Missouri, I only spent 8th and 9th grade in Missouri. And my mom and my sisters, myself, would go and pick blackberries. And sometimes we would sell them for like $5 a gallon. I think these days they're like $25 a gallon. But it was just fun hanging out with my mom. She was a really good person. And, you know, when a person dies, they're no longer needed here on earth. She completed her job here on earth, and God needed her more in heaven. Why? It's God's plans. I don't know. I don't question God. But she was needed in heaven more than she was needed here on earth anymore. She did her time here on earth, and her time was up. But I do miss her all the time. This part of my property, allowing my neighbor to use it. You can see he's got a hot wire up. He lets his horses out here every so often. There used to be a bunch of blackberries on this property, and it was overgrown, and my neighbor, a farmer, used his money to kill the weeds, etc., etc. And like I said, he's got this hot wire up that he allows his animals to go into. And so, I don't know, there might be an acre and a half of land there. Maybe a little bit more, I'm not for sure. But I got a really good neighbor, really Christian man, David Buxton, really good neighbor. I don't have a problem whatsoever with my neighbor. He allows me to go fishing in his pond all the time. And so that's what neighbors do. At least when I was growing up, that's what neighbors did. There's not so much anymore. But you look out for each other. And this is a section that last year the electrical company knocked on my door and asked if they could clear this up. Didn't cost me a thing. And so you could see their lines. They did a really good job. weeds are overgrown, but I can ride my four-wheeler back and forth, and that's all I care about. Down here at my pond, I bought dog food a long time ago to feed the fish, and I never did. This is probably the first time I've been down here feeding them in maybe a year. But as you can see, the catfish are enjoying the dog food. But I ended up feeding all the dog food to the raccoons, so I had to go out and buy some more. I bring my four-wheeler down, or I bring my lawnmower down. Animals are a lot like people, and there's an old saying that in order to catch hogs, you feed them every day in the same spot. Then after a while, you put up frame around that spot, and then after a while, you put up the wire around that spot. And then after a while, you set up a trip mechanism that will bring down the wire to catch them. Animals are a lot like people. I could go and do this every day, and when I drive my four-wheeler down, they will start swimming toward this area because they're ready to get fed. And then I could take a line with a treble hook on it, and while they're eating, catch all the fish that I want. Just like the raccoons. If I was a cruel person, like some people I know, I could sit there and feed them all the time, put out traps, and they will come and they will get in the traps and eat it. Just like people. The stimulus checks, checks that the government gives you, we'll give you this check if you give us your guns. And there are people from history that did exactly like that. That's how the Germans trapped all the Jewish people. We'll give you this if you give your guns. Well, after they give your guns, after you give up your guns, you have no defense. And so, you see that big catfish up there swimming around? There's some big catfish in here. I caught one 16, 17 pounds, and that was several years ago. And I also put some in here from my neighbor's pond. And so, look at those big fish go. And there are some big fish in here. And for such a small pond. But anyway, I just enjoy looking at nature. I enjoy feeding animals, wild animals. I don't want no dog. I don't want anything that I'm going to get attached to that will break my heart when it runs away, when it dies. I don't want that. My heart's been broke enough. So that's why I enjoy wild animals, because you don't really get attached to them. But I hope y'all enjoy this video. It's, as you can see, it's getting dark out. There's the moon. My pond needs weed-eated around. Lucas, I don't prepay you anymore. I prepaid him to weed eat my property, and he weed eated around my concrete pad around my house. Maybe took him 30 minutes. And then he came down to the pond, and he saw that paddle boat, and he went out having fun. And so I love my pond. Love those big fish in there. And this is a catch and release pond. There's a reason behind that. It's a 1 acre pond, maybe, if that, less than an acre. You catch all the fish and you eat them all. You have no more fish. You have no more entertainment like this. If I want fish to eat, I go other places. They're getting the good stuff too. The cheap stuff was $17 a bag for 20 pounds, something like that. Less than 20 pounds at the dollar store. This was $19. Premium for 27 pounds. $19 is nothing for enjoyment. I pissed away more money than that for enjoyment. One last little story on my pond. This guy I used to hang out with, we used to play pool. He'd come over to my house all the time. I'm glad my kids took my pool table. But he used to come down here and help me feed my pond, and some of the fish in this pond, when they twirl, they make such a big splash that he named them Earthquake. And there's some big fish in here. Hey! I'm trying to get them to make the swirl. Mama came out early tonight, but one of the mamas, the one with the babies, I couldn't sleep, so about 3 o'clock in the morning, she was out here eating. Stop. You stop it. You stop that. You don't need to be chasing that one off. And there's another one. Come on, sweetie. You don't want no peanut butter? What, you're camera shy? Stop. I will quit feeding you. You keep chasing them off. Stop! You stop it. You want some peanut butter? You stop it. I'll knock you on the top of your head. They're not hurting nothing. They're not hurting. Stop! Get a drink of water. Go get a drink of water. Get it. Stop it. Animals have to be disciplined. You don't hurt them. You give them a tap on the head every once in a while. Give them a tap on the bottom. Is that good? Stop it. This is just like I was saying earlier. She don't want the bread. She wants the peanut butter. Come on, sweetie. And she'll take this piece of bread right out of my hand. Just like the government. One, I gave a piece of bread with peanut butter in it. took it way underneath that tree. Maybe to give some to his babies, I don't know. She chased that one off, but it's got a piece of bread with peanut butter. There was 3 tonight. There was 4 or 5 last night. And then later on, the mama with her 2 babies and 3 others. But it's just little things that please somebody. I'm really happy with doing this. It pleases me. Little enjoyment out of life. I like how they snort. If you listen to them, they sound like little pigs. Did you hear her? She sounds like a little pig when she grunts. And she licked all the peanut butter off, and she wants more peanut butter. Come on. That's all you get for tonight. You want to get a drink of water? That peanut butter's too much for you. You know, get yourself a drink of water. Stop that. Come on. Come on. Get a drink of water. Get a drink. There you go. Come on. She's really gentle when she takes the bread out of my hand. You know, she could be piggish like she is toward the other raccoons that are out here, but she's really gentle. She's still a little bit scared of me. I can't pet her or anything, but I've got 2 or 3 that will eat right out of my hands. Now you have to eat the dog food. I think she said, I'm done. Another one decided to join in, or try to join in. She's not going to let them. She's going to chase them all off. You want to see something that's really wild? I'm either a brave guy or a stupid guy. Watch this. Good girl. Like I said, she could have been a lot meaner. She had my whole finger in her mouth. Come on, sweetie. Right here. Come on. I got some right there. All she has to do is come up here and get it. Come on, sweetie. They will lick it all up till it's gone. You wipe it on your porch, whatever. They'll sit there and lick it all up until it's all gone.